G'day everyone, this is part 11 of the Xray xb4 buggy build series. In part 11 here we will be installing the electronics, or rest of the electronics rather. We'll be installing the motor, the electronic speed controller and the receiver. Now for this I'm actually, because the radio that I use I only have 4 receivers, so what I usually do is I put a little velcro on the receiver and on the model. So I've already gone ahead and put a little velcro there. You probably can't see it on the camera. I've also gone ahead just to save a little bit of time, and I've put the battery straps in. It's very simple, just a couple of screws on one of the bulkheads here next to the slipper clutch system, and 2 body posts go in the back here and 2 screws go in from underneath, and it just clips on. So there's not much really needed to go in with that. So we'll start with the motor. For this I'm using a Speed Passion system. It's a Speed Passion 10.5 turn and a Speed Passion Reventon S, and we need to first put on, it's like a little cam that bolts onto the motor. 2 screws. Do it down fairly tight, but not too tight that you wreck the motor. Okay, I'm using a 20-tooth pinion for this, so we'll just get the driver here. Okay, now we'll need this long screw because this is what helps clamp the motor down, so we'll put it in first. Make sure the motor moves freely. Okay. You'll probably need to just adjust the position of the pinion so it lines up with the spur. Okay. Now when you're meshing your gears, I like to use a little bit of paper, and I don't have any on me, unfortunately. You know what? I'll just use this. Very simple, yet it is probably the most important part of building, is that bit of paper, because you do not want to strip your gears. And I just usually fold it over, stick it in. Very interesting system this. I haven't seen a cam system on a RC car for quite a while. So now we clamp the motor down tight. And if you can hear it click, I'll move it up so you can hear it. There's a little bit of play, which is good, that's what you want. Okay, now the next part, we will be putting in the ESC. Now, because this speed controller, the sensor wire plugs into the back, so it's going to be a little bit of an awkward fit, but we'll get it in. So first of all, get the necessary wires out of the way, and we'll start feeding it through that wire brace, or that wire guard. going to be a bit of a fight. Okay, so that's those the wires through. Now okay, now we've got to get the sensor wire through. Okay, it's going to be a very tight fit here. Okay, so it's going to fit like that. Now this has some double-sided tape. Okay, so we're going to mount it like that. Okay, so that's mounted. Alrighty, we'll connect the wires up shortly. Okay, now for the receiver, fairly straightforward. This is a very small squared type. Simple. Now we'll get our, where's the antenna tube? I had that, there it is. I pulled it out earlier. Just thread that through. Might have to just pull that out for momentarily. It's a very tight fit. Okay. So now, it all also depending on your what electronics that you're using, because I'm using speed passion, so things might be a little bit different. Just remember to do a little bit of a test fit first. So I've already gone ahead and done a test fit. I'm just going to put my on-off switch here onto the top of the servo. Just wrap that around the fan, put it there. Alright, so that's that. Now when you're hooking up wires for your receiver, simple formula for remembering what goes in what plug. Channel 1 is to turn, channel 2 is to burn. So that's a simple way of remembering. I mean, I've already, on my receiver it says steering and throttle, so I don't need to worry about that little formula, but it does come in handy. So it appears that I have a Futaba plug on here, so I'll just need a scalpel. Be very careful if you're doing this, because you don't want to cut your fingers. There we go. Like a glove. Now it's a little bit messy there, but I'll fix that up later. Now we'll need some double-sided tape. If I remember where I've put it. Here it is. Now we don't need a little bit. We don't need a lot, rather we only need a little bit. And what this is for, the capacitor. You know what, I'm going to put that there. It probably wouldn't hurt too to get a cable tie on it. So we'll just put that there like that for the time being. And obviously we need to connect our wires. Now if I can remember what ones were what. You know what? Well, what we'll do is we'll leave the wires disconnected at the moment because I can't see the letters. So in the next part we'll continue on. It's not much really left. It's just a case of putting wheels and tyres on. Now I haven't got tyres yet, but the tyres are on their way. But the tyres that I have coming for this are a set of J Concepts Goosebumps in green compound, and in the next video we'll go over tyre gluing and painting, and then yeah, really the buggy will be finished by then. So stay tuned for part 12.